Maddie, time to take. Okay.
Hey, man, I ain't trying to do this today talking about these Eagles. I'm letting y'all Eagle fans know right now. Don't come in the chat. Don't say nothing to me. I don't want to hear it. I ain't bet my team wasn't there. Yeah, I'm bitter. All that. You know what I'm saying? All that. Let me make sure we live on.
None of our teams was up in there, so nobody shouldn't have nothing to say.
Hey, listen, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them Commanders thing, man. Look, take that off, bro. It's over, man. You finish it with me, dog.
Get out of here.
I'm still going rep. Okay, that gets you. I'm still
Hey, look, fellas, we getting ready to do the season-ending recap show. If you do pop in and you want to join us, DM me. I'll send you an invite. Any of the guests that's been here before are definitely invited. You know, we came here to have a good time and just have some great conversations about our season, that dad mentality, a lot of things we talked about. We got my boy Trey Money here, my man Chef Dennis here. Y'all know what it is. It's dad mentality.
What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, I get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Sometimes we gotta fix our mental. Or maybe it's not meant to be a dad, a father, that's what men do. I made a promise to my kids, that's what I do. I just want them to do things better than I do. Or better yet, better things that I did. What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, I get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Welcome to the show, shout out to the coach. And Maddie Ice Cold Crypto. And each one, teach one. That's mentality. We just try and reach one. What is that's mentality?
Hello. It's your boy, the Beast One. Welcome to Dad Mentality Podcast. Y'all know what it is. Today we got a great show for y'all. We're going to end this season on a high note, talk about some of the highlights of this year, this season that just came through. I'm going to go ahead and shout out to some of the people I know going to jump in. Pat, I don't want to hear it, Pat. Don't even try it. I don't want to hear it. Marley, you can keep that to yourself, too. I'm going to go ahead and let that go. I don't want to see no Fly Eagles fly. Desmond, you too, sir. All y'all can just end it. I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? Go celebrate, have a good time. But today we're going to talk about positive things, great things that we did this year on Dad Mentality. I don't do it by myself. Coach will be here soon. I'm sure he putting on his so-called Eagles gear. He acted like he was an Eagles fan yesterday, too. Now, I don't know what's going on with him, but, I don't do it by myself. I got my man, Emilian Grant, a true fan, a true person that's true to his team. He knows what loyalty is. You know what he is. He's wealthy and blessed, the diversified hustler, also known as the ice cream man, Matty Ice Cold Crypto. What's up, Matty Ice? How you feeling, sir?
Man, what's good? Great day, man. Another beautiful Monday, man. Watched that terrible Super Bowl yesterday. Probably the worst Super Bowl I ever seen. We ain't gonna talk about it, but yeah,
it was horrible. We can
talk about the halftime show.
We talk about the halftime show.
No, we gonna talk. Hey, we all positive what we said, so let's not say they
hold on. Let me finish my introductions. You know him as one of our fan favorite guests. He's joined us a couple times on the show. I know he's got a new project he's coming out with, and he's done. I don't think he's still doing the Just Us podcast, but I'm gonna talk him into doing something different. He gonna jump out there and get his stuff going and popping, because I've been telling him to do it. But you know him as Trey Money. What's up, Trey Money? How you doing, sir?
How y'all feeling? I'm doing good, man. Doing real good.
Doing good. All right, man. The next guest is one of my definitely favorites. I always join him on his podcast, but you know he definitely has come hung out with us and have a great time. He's a 49ers fan that seemed to now want to be an Eagles fan. I don't know what's going on, but
never.
You know, I thought he was a loyal person and this, that, and the other, but I guess you know he want to claim different teams today. But we're gonna go ahead. Y'all know him from the Who's Cooking podcast. He's now Chef Dennis, and he's now changing the name of the podcast. But this Chef Dennis, what's going on, Chef Dennis?
Yo. How y'all doing today, man? Let's get this energy going, man. We love it. We love the energy. We want to keep that energy going. We into 2025. You got my boy Dad Mentality come with new season coming up. I started my new season. From the battle to the glory, season 2 has started. And listen, you know what it is, man. Come on, y'all. Talk to me, man. Let's go, man.
I'm excited to join you from the battle to the glory on Tuesday and Wednesdays at 6:30. You can check him out on YouTube. Please follow this man. Subscribe, like, and make sure you turn on your notifications so you won't miss his show. All right, well, we started doing the introductions. This man is late, but you know, a little bit late, but he still finally get here. I don't know why he got that stupid background on right now. We've already agreed that today we will not be talking about the Philadelphia Sneagles winning the Super Bowl. Nobody want to hear that. We ain't gonna talk about. We can talk about the halftime, but nobody want to hear. But y'all know he my man, 50 grand. We've been hanging with each other since we were 4 years old. That's back when he had loyalty back then. You know what I'm saying? Since 4 years old.
He was a Redskin fan back then, too.
Yeah, back then he was a Redskin fan. That was when he was a good guy. But y'all know Vance Robs, a.k.a. Coach. What's going on, Coach?
Hey, the champ is here. The champ is here. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, baby. You know what I'm saying? Fly, Eagles, fly. You know what I'm saying? What more could you ask for? The first time I put this sign up, you know what I'm saying? It was the time that we was playing the Commanders. You know
Hold on. How many different things? Last week, I remember you ended with.
I'm disappointed with you. I'm disappointed with Coach.
I'm disappointed too, bro.
Man.
This is Dad Mentality, not Dad. I'm not gonna be loyal. Nah, we loyal to here, man. Get out of here. Hey, Rodney, hey, Crypto, I'm with y'all, man. Hey. Oh man,
fly, baby. You know what I'm saying? Winners.
I can't.
Winners.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. All right. Anyway, I remember you having Pat Mahomes up there. Didn't he pick the Eagles at first? I think he picked the Chiefs at first. Then switched to the Eagles, right? Like halfway through or something like that. I don't remember. Nobody can keep up with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you already keep up with y'all. You right.
You know, but before we
that's the dude that wear both jerseys to the game. And then snatch the other Joan off when the nigga win, the other team winning and shit.
Crypto, know what he do? Nah, he got Eagles on one side, and then you got the Chiefs on the back. Custom made.
Yep.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Well, we can go ahead and talk about. Go ahead and talk a little bit about it. We can. The game was over at halftime, but I kind of want to talk about the halftime show and see how y'all felt about it. I feel like
I want to talk about it too. I got mixed feelings on that joint.
Well, I don't got mixed feelings. You know,
I know you, probably. You gassed up.
And I can break everything down for you. You know what I'm saying? I put it on my social media today. Was like, if you don't understand the whole joint about the show was that he ain't here for your entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here for your entertainment. I got a message, and I'm going to pass my message no matter what, even on the biggest joint. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all get your feelings, get y'all feelings off. So, Matty Ice, I see you got something you want to say. Go ahead and say it, brother. How you feel about it?
I'm going to say my first reaction to it, because you see I texted you last night. I thought it was I thought it was good. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised he didn't have anybody come out with him, you know what I mean? Besides, you know what I mean, Shorty, and I like that he had Samuel. And I didn't see the messaging off the break until I was, watching some videos today, you know what I mean, talking about some of the messages that was in the joint. I think he did go hard with it though, you know what I mean, how he played with not like Esther when he finally did it. Like, it wasn't the best Super Bowl show. What I would say visually, like choreographically, like of course you ain't think he was gonna be dancing and all of that. So from that aspect, it wasn't the best Super Bowl show, but in other ways, I thought it went hard. I did like the joint, but visually, you know what I mean, it might not have been it didn't go over as the best entertaining Super Bowl show, but as far as in some other ways, I mess with it. You know, that's why I say I got mixed feelings on it, but I get what you're saying with the joint, you know what I mean? But entertaining wise, I don't think the NFL got what they want, but I see what you're saying though. Like he had a message to show, you know what I mean? And I ain't like another thing. It's off topic. Them damn bell bottom jeans was throwing me off, man. I was like, what the shit? This motherfucking jeans was throwing me off, man. I was like, come on, Kendrick, man. I know he's not the flyest nigga. He never been like his wardrobe always, but I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, boy.
All right, Trey Money, what you think, man?
Music, rap beef stuff. I mean, I don't know if Drake is really even technically a rapper, but
a rapper, man. Don't do that.
Drake's
No,
fine.
Yo,
don't do that.
Let me let my man go.
Yeah, I feel like Kendrick finally getting a little bit of shine. I think people are just catching on to him now. I mean, I've been listening to him since I was in high school. So before, you know, I didn't expect him to be somebody that's pushed by the industry just because of what his lyrics are usually talking about. I think he was a little bit too conscious. I want to see what people are talking about because if they were mad at Beyonce with the Malcolm X imagery and all of that, him with the Black American flag. I mean, I thought it was dope to have Uncle Sam be Samuel L. Jackson. I don't think it gets no higher than that. And the symbolism in that with Uncle Sam already like actually being a black man, which a lot of people don't know. I mean, I feel like he dropped a lot of knowledge in there. I think it's smart to be able to mix it with entertainment, but you know, take some jabs, drop some knowledge, and leave. I don't know. I fucked with the performance.
Chef Dennis?
Yeah, you know, I look at it totally different. So my perspective was not far as entertainment, nah. It was not a good show. He did try to drop some messages, but I look at it like, yeah, he talking about Drake, but it's two brothers going against each other at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it, I got a different view of it. My view is that regardless of what Drake doing, regardless of what Kevin Drake doing, it's two brothers going against each other to the world. You know what I'm saying? We ain't coming in peace. We not coming in unity. He talking about somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, look, we supposed to learn how to get along. We supposed to learn how to drop knowledge on each other. That's not what we showing. We showing negative. We showing, you know what I'm saying, negativity of once, you know, against one another. You know what I'm saying? Let's pull together, drop some knowledge on, get in the room and say, yo, let's do this. Let's make it positive. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, regardless of what a person doing, can you change the atmosphere? Can you make a difference? And that's why I said, you know, at the end of the day, that should be the focal point. And it's not that's not about preaching. It's about, guess what the world see about us. There is no other race that do stuff like this but us. So, and I know, guess what? This message
they
that
not
we
like
saying right
us.
now, exactly. Come on, they not like us. So we gotta listen. How can we change the perspective of the world about how we do to each other? You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Let's look at it. We looking at it as entertainment, but at entertainment, come on, let's break those chains, bro. Let's break the chains.
I'll come back to that. I'll come back to what you just said, Chef Dennis. I got an answer for that. I got an answer for that, Chef. Though, go ahead, Coach. How you feel about it?
I mean, to me, it was, if you talking just regular Super Bowl performances, I mean, I think it was average.
Yeah.
I mean, if you talk about messaging, okay, you got all the subliminal messages and so forth in there, or you telling a story or whatever else. But I think ultimately, like, I always ask this one question: why don't they ever come out and say what they mean?
What do you mean?
You're like say what you mean. Like
you can't.
I think you did.
We know.
What do you mean?
We all know that.
What part of what he said you didn't understand?
No,
it gotta be something.
I'm not
you
saying
can't get out there and just say.
See,
We know
that's the problem.
Fuck the president. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, type shit.
That's the problem, though, right? Like the leaders in the '60s said what they mean.
Yeah, but
right.
they would have never had the opportunity to get on that big stage. So sometimes you like, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have never put them on that stage.
Hold on, man. Let them finish. Go ahead. Let them finish. You gotta say, then we can reply.
Here's the thing, though. Like, say what you. It's enough Black power and pride in this country for all of them to say what they mean.
All right,
but we speak it. Yeah, we still speaking in code.
Yeah, you know why?
Yeah,
I know why. Because he would never.
I think he would say what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Hey. Speaking of code has come since the slavery days because they would oppress anytime that we try to just say what we mean. You know what I'm saying? So speaking of code came in that it was even to the point where they were putting codes in the hairstyles and the things that people were doing when they were singing hymns out in the there was code in that. You know what I'm saying? And music itself has always, us as a people, if we get too big, it gets suppressed, it gets taken, it gets snatched, it gets changed. So, you know, I feel for Kendrick Lamar to say what he said, in my opinion, through code. It would have never got through the NFL. That's
what I was about to say. The NFL had to okay that shit. It wouldn't.
Yeah, they had to give it
the green light. So he had to. You know what I mean?
There was so many. Hold on, real quick. There was so many lyrics that he changed. There was lyrics in there that were changed because the NFL wouldn't allow it to go there. Because right after he say that joint, he say, "I slap you with the Bible of God watching." That part was not in there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That part was completely taken out. But go ahead.
I understand that. I really do. I really understand that. But these Bammers got stages, bro. Dog, these Bammers got stages, dog. So,
I think you're right what you're saying though, Coach. Like he does have a stage, right? And he used that stage, so now people who never heard of Kendrick, so now when they come hear him on his stage where he's not going to be censored because he can say what he want when he's not on the Super Bowl, now they're gonna hear the full message. So he had to, you know what I mean? He had to kind of tamper it down. And I'm saying that, you know, I've messed with Kendrick. I'm not as big as fan as Kendrick as Rodney, but I understand why he had to do what he had to do. That's and I always say this to a lot of people. That's like you got to have a radio hit to get the people's ear. So you put certain songs on the radio to get the people's ear. Then when they come hear your album, you may have messages on the album and songs, but those songs will never make the radio. So you can't expect them to go, you know what I mean? Just go full Black militant power on the Super Bowl joint. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. I get what you're saying. Like, he could have went rogue. He could have went rogue and did some wild shit that, you know what I mean? Once he got on the stage and some shit they ain't even know about, but he ain't about to get canceled. So, you know what I mean? I think being subliminal, you know what I mean, is the best way. So now everybody talking about it. We talking about it. People all over Instagram, TikTok, trying to decode the performance and talking about the messages that was in there. So the message is getting out. You know what I'm saying? So I see both sides of it. That's why I said I had mixed feelings on it.
Yeah, I think the art in the music is decoding it. That is part of the art form. If he was going to talk about it, then he a preacher. Then he just a public speaker. You know what I'm saying? If he going to just straight up talk about it, Trey, go ahead.
Yeah, let me ask this question real quick because I'm about to get in the truck and do my DoorDash. I'm gonna only be listening after this. But my question to y'all is, when have you ever looked for a slave to do more? Like, how much information or power you expect the slave to have when you know they're a slave? So I'm not looking for
I don't know if he's a slave, but I'm trying to get you. Go ahead.
What is he?
I'm saying I'm not looking for so much. I'm not looking for that much from somebody I know that's a slave. Like, I know that you're part of you can pull back and try to act conscious, but at the end of the day, you still under the reins of.
And that is my point.
So I would never look for that person to be anything of information for me. Like, if I can get something out of it, cool, but I'm not looking for it because I know what you're a part of at the end of the day.
Mighty Ice, you don't get that, Mighty Ice?
I understand.
I get it, but I think we all saying the same thing. Like, we still using their platform. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna get on their platform and say what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think that's what he's saying. Like, of course, we using their platform. Like, we are never, like, how else would Kendrick Lamar ever got that many eyes on him except being on the Super Bowl? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have a platform that reaches that many people. So I get what y'all saying, but we still we always gonna be under that until we have our own. You know what I'm saying? That and we know that, like, from like jobs that we got. You know what I mean? Everybody work a job, you know what I mean? You work for somebody, right? You may feel a certain type of way, but you ain't gonna go in there and say what you say, or you're not gonna get on this show when we on the live and say what we say, because we know it's repercussions but behind it. You know what I'm saying? So we all know.
You got to be political behind it. You got to be political correct, though. That's the point.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so, you got. So you can send a message.
We can't come up here. We can't say the same thing to him and be like, "Oh yeah," because we do the same thing. We're gonna be politically correct. So that's what he did. He put it in messaging, and he was politically correct so that he can put it out there the best way he could. That's, you know what I mean.
Chef Dennis.
What?
I thought maybe you had something.
I did. I'm saying the main focal point is that, like I said before, let's look at the subliminal message. They allow it to happen because guess what? It's two of us going against one another. So they said, you know what? Let's entertain that. At the end of this, they're the puppet master. If you shall I say, puppet master, you know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Before they aired that, they did have to talk about how he gonna do it and what is expected of him, because it's gonna be televised. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it still had to be, you know what I'm saying, coached. Like, look, you're gonna do it like this, or we're not gonna air you, or you're not gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. There's a valid point to that. Chef Dennis, because let's call a spade a spade. If the beef between Kendrick and Drake wasn't there, he would not have had the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Hey, I said that the other day. I asked you that question. You didn't answer it. Me and Rodney kind of disagreed on that. And that's what I said. I said if they not like us and all that shit ain't happened, he wouldn't have never even been on.
No. Hey, guess what? Let me tell y'all something. Watch this. A lot of the views was looking for that. They knew that was going.
He had to do it.
Exactly. They knew that was going to bring revenue to the whole organization. So guess what? They said, you know what? Go ahead. But he had to, you know what I'm saying, minimize what he had to say. You know what I'm saying? They still had, because at the end of the day, you know, something could have happened. If he just said the wrong thing, they'd have easily pulled the plug. It's possible. They know they could do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but he stayed in the guidelines of what they, you know, said he could do and what he couldn't do.
All right. Now let's start down. Let's stop making it seem like that ain't a part of hip hop though. Let's not making sure that, you know, that is part of
battle rap. What you mean?
Yeah, battle rapping.
Yeah.
And diss tracks and stuff like that is part of hip hop. Here's the thing though. Kendrick Lamar ain't going after Drake. He don't really care about Drake. You know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is he making sure that nobody else going to step to him, and he ended it. Last night was the end of it. You know what I'm saying? It was the game over. That was the done. That joint's done. Kendrick Lamar ain't thinking about Drake no more. He moving on to other things, but you still got to use what you got at the time that you have it. You can't let a great opportunity, if your message is one thing, which I believe Kendrick Lamar's message is greater than Drake. Can we all agree on that? No? Nobody? Everybody thinks that Kendrick Lamar's... I said Kendrick Lamar's message is greater than Drake. It's not about he don't make music to be battle rapping. He don't make
he don't.
He doing, you know what I'm saying? His job.
Drake is an entertainer.
He made Humble. He made DNA. He did all that stuff.
I see what you're saying. Both of them are entertainers, but I agree. I agree.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar
got more of a message in his music than Drake.
That's it. He different. They two different, right? They not rap. One is an entertainer, one is a rapper. Period. That's it. Ain't no.
Nah, but I ain't gonna like. I agree, but man, Drake had some hits, and some of them Drake songs then got me through some days and motivated me to get money. So you know what I mean? Like I you know what I mean? But I understand exactly what you mean though when you say as far as.
A lot of people who's entertained.
I can't even say that because I don't.
Because is a great entertainer. His music that don't mean nothing. That don't change anything about it.
But I think Kendrick at the same time, like we're not gonna sit here and say like he's not making music for financial gain. He ain't in this shit to just make music. You know what I'm saying?
He a rapper. Yeah. Drake not a rapper. Period.
You know what I mean? He's still in it for financial gain.
Kendrick Lamar's music is different. Kendrick Lamar, and this is just me, my opinion as a person. Kendrick Lamar,
he's still in it for financial gain, though.
Okay, who ain't?
That's what I'm saying.
Who ain't? You go to work for a financial gain. Who ain't in that for financial? So you can't blame a person.
What I'm saying is I agree with you. What I'm saying is, let's not act like he's just in it. Like he's a Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? Or
I believe that. No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like let's not play that game.
Hold on now. But money comes with it. But he's here for the message. He's not here. He's not sitting there making songs just to make money. You know what I'm saying? His songs, his music. He's the one Pulitzer prizes. Regular rappers don't do that. Drake ain't getting a Pulitzer prize. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's now. I agree with you. I think now that, like you said, and that's why I said what I said earlier. So listen to what I said earlier, right? I said sometimes you got to get the ear so then you can give the message. So now, like you said, I believe now that he has the stage, he has the platform. So now he can say what he's going to say, so now more people are going to hear him. If he'd have started out this way, he could have never got the stage. And you know what I'm saying? So now he's on the stage, and yes, he is using his stage to bring awareness and use and send it a message. I definitely agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's using his stage wisely now. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to navigate it. And I believe, you know what I mean? I believe he got good team behind him. Like Jay-Z didn't put him up there by happenstance. Like, 100%. You know what I'm saying? So they're using the stage, bro. And I'm with
Jay-Z knows that his lifetime. Here's the thing. Jay-Z knows that his life, and as much people want to talk about Jay-Z, how they like him, don't like, I don't care about none of that. The thing is, he's using his lifetime with the NFL. He knows that everything is fleeting. He's not going to forever be in this position to put people like Kendrick Lamar,
exactly,
like Rihanna, like his own wife. Like he's not going to be in this position for forever. So he's taking full advantage of it while he has it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's going to put it in the same thing. That's what Kendrick Lamar did. That's why he didn't have other people. That's why he only represented the people that are with him. You know what I'm saying? That's why he represented Mustard on the joint. That's why he represented Compton on it. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of other people. Like Cutter the Great was one of the dancers on it. If you don't know him,
he had Serena on there.
Yeah, he had Serena on there. Serena's from Compton. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even know that. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely knew that they was from Compton, but it's just, I guess it's either just a coincidence, but you know what I mean? That's Drake.
No, it wasn't a coincidence. No, that was Drake's ex-girlfriend. You know exactly. That's the only time she came out is during that song. You know, when he said the pedophile part in the A minor. And I mean, he wore an A minor. And people was on it. I was dying laughing because people was on there like, why does he have the Amazon chain on? And I'm like,
that ain't even the Amazon logo.
Yeah. I was like,
but yeah, I got you. But yeah, I knew that was the A minor joint. Yeah, I got that off the break.
All right, Kendrick. So, you know, my thing is this, man. You know, you can't expect perfection from anyone. But for me, you know, the whole thing, that's why there wasn't and you gotta understand the simplicity in what the message. That's why there wasn't no huge, wild, crazy production and all this, because he was sending the message that I'm not here to entertain. I'm not here for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That's why he had Uncle Sam, because he was saying, I'm not shucking and jiving. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I did.
You know, like I did love my man Sam on there. I ain't even gonna fake. I say okay.
But hold on.
Like,
if you were listening to what he was saying, okay, even with Uncle Sam, he was admitting that everybody was there for They Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? He was saying that, oh, y'all want to hear that. I know what y'all want to do, but he was shooting the joint. I'm going to shot. You know, he was like, what you call it? But then he played humble. He did DNA. He did all these black influenced songs during that time. He has the American flag where it's on the American flag is on the back of black men. You know what I'm saying? And that was the whole message behind that. And we're divided as a culture. You know, all that message was in there. So I mean, yeah, it wasn't a perfect performance, but the whole fact that people say it wasn't entertaining, and that's what I keep on telling people today. Like, you got to understand that was the purpose. His whole purpose was not for it to be entertaining. He didn't. So
let me ask this: I'm gonna come from a different angle. So after that, or should he have bought it full circle? So how do we showing that we divided? How does this performance bring us together? Like, could he have done something? You know what I mean? Like,
he did. He's doing a nationwide tour starting today.
And what he gonna do? Bring Drake out with him?
Now go find that nationwide. No, now go to the nationwide tour and see what's going next. Now you got to see what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole. That's the whole. He got himself out there now.
You got to get that bag. That's what it's about.
Nationwide
bag, man.
Yeah, that's what you know. Getting that bag.
Why not?
No, but I'm not saying that he shouldn't, but I'm not talking about the money. But I'm talking about from the angle of what you were saying about bringing awareness and showing that we're divided. So, okay, you bought the awareness. So now, how are you going to help bring us together? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you saying like, okay, he said all of that. So after you done brought attention to it, how is he going to bring us together? Or is he going to continue to just rock the concerts and continue to do They Not Like Us? You know what I'm saying? Going on Drake to continue to divide. Like, so, you know what I mean? I hear what you're saying, but that's why I said he's going to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking it.
I don't know for sure, but I don't think he is. I think that, and this is just my opinion, I have no what you call, but I think that They Not Like Us show is over. That shit's over.
Oh, he performing that at every show.
I don't know.
If he don't, niggas, like, people gonna be disappointed. They coming to hear that joint. You know what I'm saying? When you go to a Kendrick show, do you want to hear that?
No, I'm good without it. I don't want to see it. I'm good,
Rodney,
but I'm different.
Go ahead, Rodney.
Go ahead, Chef. I'm telling you the truth. I want to hear Good Kid, Mad City. That is my favorite album of all time. Good Kid, Mad City to me is a work of art.
He's not doing that though.
I love that album. Hell yeah, he is. You're kidding me. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Chef. Go ahead. Then we're gonna end this because I'm ready to move on.
All right.
You know,
Matty Ice and Rodney. Look,
yes, sir.
You said something profound earlier. Look at Michael Jackson. Now, see, Michael Jackson was an artist, but also his music had messages, and he showed a lot of his music with the messages. You know what I'm saying? Remember, like what Magic Johnson. Black and white, you see what I'm saying? Message that went across the world, you know what I'm saying? And he showed that they don't look, you know what I'm saying? They hate us, you know what I'm saying? Even though he had his own problems and his issues, but at the end of the day, when he did his music, as you can see, they still tried to attack him. But he was he was high up there, you know what I'm saying? And they still was trying to attack him, but the message that he brought to the table, to the world, you know what I'm saying? Let's look at that. Let's look at that aspect right there too. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick, if he gonna do this, he got to do it with that mentality, that mindset, and he can make a difference. He can change. The young generation, that's what he should be focusing on. You feel me? And that now I don't listen to all that, but I listen to that. You know what I'm saying? With him. And I say that to say this is that guess what? The young generation is the one he's gravitating to, not somebody our age, but the young generation. So he can change the perspective on how they see things. You know what I'm saying? They just see an attack on Drake, but let's show them how we could come together and still make money at the same time. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. Is that
sometimes I think it was calculated too. That he went at Drake. He went at the biggest fish in the tank.
No,
you know
Drake went after him. Let's get that straight.
Huh?
Drake went after him first. He didn't go after Drake.
And
did he? I'm not sure. I just remember when Drake put out a song first. I thought Kendrick put out the joint, and then J. Cole came back, but then J. Cole said he apologized. But I thought Kendrick put out a joint, kind of going on everybody. Taking shots at a few people first. That
was in 2011. The song was Control, and he shot at everyone. And he said in it, what?
He ain't shoot out my man, or what's his name?
Who you talking about? What song?
Hold up.
No,
2011. What song you talking about, Rodney?
8 Mile. What's it do for 8 Mile?
No, of course. No, he mentions him in that song too. But hold on.
You get ate up messing with him.
He in 2011, there's a song called Control that had about 7 different artists in it. In that song, he names all the new. First, he says these are the greatest artists, the greatest hip hop artists. He names Eminem. Yeah. He names Nas, Tupac, this, that, and the other. Then he goes, and then he names about 15 people. And says, I'm going to murder all the new artists, like the people who are just coming out, stuff like that. He said, I'm going to murder all you niggas. I'm going to make sure your core fans don't remember one word from you niggas. That's what he said. And that was a shot to everybody, but that was just him doing hip hop. He didn't just go after Drake. Okay. He went after everybody. And then everybody took that on the chin. It was fine. Then years later, now is J. Cole and Drake and he said, and they say they the big three. They say they the big three, but he not in the video. He not in the joint. Then he says that it's like Spider-Man. Me and Drake are like Spider-Man looking at each other in that meme or whatever, as the top of the game. Okay. So then he responded to that. And then that's when the beef started. After that, they said something about him, not him. He didn't say anything.
You confuse me even more. It still sounds like Kendrick started the shit.
That was 15 years ago, dog. That was nothing. That was nobody.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
He even named the people on the song with him.
He talked about Big Sean. Nobody took how many people done songs like that? Like nobody took that as a shot. It was when we talking about when what came out recently when he whatever. I don't know the song.
And that was Drake. That was it was the name of that song was First Person Shooter. And that came out with J. Cole and Drake, and they mentioned him. Yes, and they mentioned him, and that started it. And
did they mention him or it was subliminal? I don't think they said him. It was kind of.
They said it's the what you call it? Said
the
it was
big
the
big
three. Yeah.
So you would have to assume yourself to be in the big three because
he mentions Kendrick in the big three. He's like me, K Dot, and Drake are the big three, and then turned around and said it's just me and Kendrick are looking. They're the top 2 and put him at number 3. That's what they did. Then he's put them 2 at the top 3. At the top 2, and then Kendrick was like, "Oh no, sir, nah, y'all ain't no big 3. It's just big me." You know what I'm saying?
So I get it. So how was that was a diss? He put you in the top 3.
Because Kendrick from the beginning told him I'm going to be number 1. Don't put me in your.
And that's what every rapper say. I'm the best one alive. But I don't see. Now what I'm saying, I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to follow it. Hey, but what I'm saying is like, how was that a diss, bro? Like if you saying we the top 3 niggas in the game.
But you put me as number 3. Yeah, but you put me as number 3. How you gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? I would have took. I mean, Kendrick's different, dog. You can. Yeah. I mean, hey.
So that's why I said. That's why I said. So you know, what I mean, that's why I said. I still feel like Kendrick took the first shot. Like he acknowledged you like as one of the best in the game.
Hey, you saw like, what J. Cole.
So
did,
you
right?
so you gonna tell a nigga that they better than you?
What? No, I ain't gonna let nobody tell me they better.
That's what I'm saying. So what was he supposed to say? You know what I'm saying?
They said it, but no, you're not. Don't put his name in it at all. Don't say his name. Don't mention.
Wait, what you mean? If he didn't say his name, then that would have been a diss. No, if he didn't say his name,
no, you can say you number 1, you can say you number 2, but don't put me as number 3. And I ain't even part of the conversation. I ain't even in the song.
You is in the conversation. That's what I'm just saying. You said first you saying don't say his name, and now you saying like you know what I mean?
You go to work, right? And you number 1 in your company, and number 2 and 3 start talking about how they the number 1 and you number 3. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't go to work to be number 3.
Exactly. Nobody did. Nobody do. So we saying the same thing. Don't catch that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. At that point, it was just sparring, bro. Like I didn't
the boogeyman. That's why he called himself the boogeyman. I didn't take it as a diss, though.
I didn't like that. That to me, that's not a diss. To me, it's a diss if you don't even put the Batman in the list. You letting them know, like, I'm acknowledging, nigga, like, yeah.
Hey.
That's like if you got the scoring title. I got the scoring title, but you might get the scoring title next year. I'm acknowledging you one of the best in the game.
We're gonna move into the best of the game, which is this show. So we're gonna get into that. And I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. I'm gonna say one more thing. Look, man. That's why he called himself the boogeyman, because he don't want nobody to mention his name. Don't say his name. You say his name, he coming for you. It's that simple. So that's how he feel, and that's the energy he gives. So that's his decision.
Hey, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him. I'm just saying, like, I don't think he took that shot first. I don't take that.
Facts, dog.
Like that's. No, I'm just saying that's not really a diss record for you to.
Hey, you see what J. Cole did,
put a
right?
nigga in the top 3.
Did you see what J. Cole did, right? You saw what J. Cole did. He apologized and he said, "I want no parts of this smoke." And that's all Drake had to do. That's all he had to do. But
why the fuck should he do that though?
You know why? You know why? Because he was the laughing stock of 180 million people now. That's why. That's why you say, let me step and bow out. Now,
and he's still making millions of dollars on top of it. His shit's still spinning even more. You know what I'm saying? It's all semantics, bro. I get what you're saying, but like, you know what I mean? I think we view it a little bit different. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying, but we view it a little different.
All right, well, so we're gonna spend the rest of this show going back on some of the highlights. I just put like a bunch of highlights in my joint. I don't even know which one is where and what's going when of this year's seasons, fellas. I want to say thank y'all to all the people that joined us this season, all the guests we had, all the people that came and helped us throughout this season. And I just went to our TikTok and just pulled up some of the ones that had the most comments and stuff on it and play about it. We'll replay it and talk about how you felt about that episode, what you think, or what was great about that topic, whatever the case may be, man. Hold on, let's see here. Let me hit play on this thing. It's working. Just read that book and learn your own love language. Because it's healing to know your own love language and know you better. And the only way you're going to be good for your kids is to work on you. So you got to work on you, then the relationship, then the kids. You know what I'm saying? There's an order to this. You can't sit here and keep on talking about, I want to be there for my kids, but you're not working on yourself. You can't keep on talking about, I want to work on my relationship, but you're not working on yourself. There's an order. that you have to follow. If you don't follow the order, it's not going to work. And that's just my opinion.
Listen, you talk about order. Number one, like if we talk about finances, right? Like, so that's my order, right? Like, if what I'm doing,
it's in the wrong order. You already started in the wrong order. Finances shouldn't even be on the fucking list.
Why not? Because this is the thing: money ain't everything, but money is everything. If that makes sense. If you catch my drift.
What's more valuable?
If you don't have money. If you don't have money, if a person is a bum and they don't have money, they can't. There's no value in that because they can't support themselves, right? And then without money, without money, you can't support anything or anybody.
All right, so that was Desmond from the Sipping and Tripping podcast. He joined us that week, and we was talking about the love language. That I think that was a very good episode. You ain't seen that episode. That was also with Sergeant Jamil Garrett, drug and mental health specialist. I thought that episode is actually pretty recent. We did that like 3 weeks ago. I thought that was a very great episode. Talking about mental health and addiction and stuff like that. So please check it out. But me myself, I still think that was a great one right there. Just talking about knowing your love language, man. How did y'all feel about that episode, Natty Ice?
Nah, that was definitely a good episode, man. Shout out to a man from Sipping and Tripping. He definitely was passionate on that joint, you know what I mean? But yeah, I like that episode. If y'all haven't seen that episode, definitely go back and watch it, man. We went into a lot of different topics on that episode right there. You know what I mean? That was just one of the clips that you showed right there. But I think you probably could
it's
show
a lot more. Yeah, trust me, it was a lot of that's the episode. Coach, how'd you feel, man?
Man, it was a good episode, man. His perspective was unique. Needless to say, you know what I mean. So, I mean that's his right to have that perspective, and we was just trying to give him some advice.
Yeah.
So, hopefully he's working through some of the personal things that he said he had to work through. You know,
I know he is, and I know he is, and he's definitely a great guy. I've been I watch his podcast all the time, and Sipping and Tripping. If you have checked that out, well, Chef Dennis is actually personal family to him. So what'd you think about? Did you watch that episode, Chef Dennis? What'd you think?
Yeah, the therapist, man, he has some good knowledge, man, and we don't look at it from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? We always look at it from an emotional aspect, and and that's key. I think we should all be just trying to look within ourselves to make ourselves better. You know what I'm saying? That's what, and love language, that you got to get to know yourself first, you know what I'm saying? And know what's going on the inside, you know what I'm saying? So you could be able to grow and show love and show love to other people, you know what I'm saying? So I think the most important part is the heart. And I always say that, the heart, building your heart to be strong. You know what I'm saying? You can have a weak heart and it's not going to allow you to become that strong person, because your heart is not as strong as it should be. So you got to take care of that, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we going to conquer our emotions, conquer how we respond to, hurt. We respond to, that dark place. So the heart is the key to a successful relationship.
Absolutely. All right. Let me give a quick shout outs to our girl Reese, who's watching. Also, she said her love language is acts of service, which I definitely believe that. Also, Miss Allison is out there saying she loves it. It was, glad to see you out there too. And Ronald is out here saying thumbs up. KJ out here saying Eminem. That was back when we was talking about the rappers. But let's get back into. I got another clip from another episode that I definitely think was definitely a great episode we had this season and very impactful. This one I did get a lot of personal people hitting me up wanting to talk about it and thought it was great. This episode was with Jonathan Newton, the people's lawyer, and yeah, let's just watch. Given those numbers, do you feel that the statement that you're innocent until proven guilty is a real statement, or is it that you're guilty until proven innocent?
Well, it depends, and I'm going to say this on the record. It depends on how much pigment you have in your skin.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that one.
Me neither.
I believe it though.
We have there's no if we're being honest, right? There's absolutely no doubt that Black and brown people are treated differently inside of our criminal justice system than white people are, and so when we take that into consideration, right, we have to really acknowledge that fact.
All right, so that was another one. Like I said, Jonathan Newton, the people's lawyers. I know that when that happened and he said that, it just caught me by a shock because I wasn't ready for him to be that real. I was definitely thankful that he was, and he definitely dropped a lot of gems having that conversation. He's definitely someone that's going to be back in the future. So. It was definitely something that struck a lot of conversation. I got emails and some people hitting me up about that episode. And, I definitely think that was something great that came from it. So
definitely.
Coach, what'd you think, man?
I thought we learned a lot of information from him. You know what I mean? Especially how to kind of, keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And let the lawyer paint the picture, right? You know what I mean? Like if you're going to talk, you know what I'm saying, speak with representation. Don't necessarily speak, you know what I'm saying, out of turn to think that you're trying to defend yourself in the moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we talked about that before, you know what I'm saying? Always live to tell the story. Right? You know what I mean? But it's a time and a place to tell the story. I mean? Sometimes in the moment ain't the place to be telling that story.
Yeah. You might want to make sure you got some representation, like you said. There for you. Definitely.
Sometimes you get mixed up, and it's funny because it's kind of like people don't understand that, you know what I'm saying, law enforcement and, you know what I'm saying, they're trained as well in their profession. You know what I mean? So they're trained to
you would hope so or think so.
Yeah, like I mean, they train. No, either way, they're trained. What their intent is changes, but they're trained to interrogate. They're trained to ask questions certain ways. They're trained, like they are trained to do that.
I get what you're saying, but just like anything. Everybody isn't up to the same standards. You know what I mean? You got A students and you got C-, D+ students. You know what I mean? And sometimes some of these cops seem like they was at the bottom of the class. You know what I mean? Who's out here?
I got you. But when you get to the interrogation room, you getting the detectives. You're not getting the one that's out in the street. You know what I'm saying?
But it starts there though. That's how you got into the room. It's by some of the police, you know what I'm saying? But it's all part of the food chain there. You know what I mean? You might if they was already, you know what I mean, coming legitimately, you might not even be sitting in the interrogation room. You know what I mean? Like it's all part of it. That's all I'm saying. Like I get what you're saying, but yeah. And then some of the guys who do end up becoming detectives, they started out where they was at, you know what I mean? They started out on the street, then they became a detective. You don't become a detective the day you sign up for the police force.
Understood. Chef Dennis, watching that clip, what'd you think?
What he said was real interesting. He said about the pigment of the skin. About I mean, I got that's perception, what they see on TV. You know
nah, he's a lawyer. He's a professional criminal defense attorney.
And the reason why
he started out as a police though. He was a police.
Started off as a police officer
before he was an attorney.
Look, I'm saying the reason why he said that is because that's the perception. When you go in certain neighborhoods, like I live in Jersey, right? Y'all live down in DC, but when you go down to Chi-Town, guess what? It's a perception. Right? You go in there, you got based on how they look, you know what I'm saying? That's how they gonna be categorized. You know what I mean? That's just basically that's what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Based on how they look. You know what I'm saying? If you look like a thug, you may not be a thug. You just might like wearing urban gear. And guess what? They categorize you in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Versus you a black person living in the suburbs. You dress differently. And so now that's what he said. Based on how you look, you know what I'm saying? It distinguishes how they judge you. Not even saying that, you know what, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. They just judge you based on your appearance, how you look. That's it. They don't care about nothing else. They don't care about what you're saying. They just say how you look. They say, you know what, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try. He guilty already. Guilty by looking like a thug. We all do it. You know what I mean? Do what?
We all do it to a certain perspective. We all do it.
Why shouldn't we? Hold on, guess what? Why shouldn't we? If you got this certain image, right? How am I supposed? If I'm walking down the street, and I'm saying I'm in the hood. I'm keeping 100. I'm walking in the street, and I'm saying these 4 dudes, got bomber coats on, hoodie over their head. What I'm expect? What you expect me to think?
Got the shiesty mask on.
What you expect me to think? I'm like, hold up.
That's what I'm saying. Like we all do it. You know what I mean?
Let me get right.
We know how to navigate it a little different though. You know what I mean? Because we are familiar with it. You know what I mean? We all do it. I'm not giving nobody no pass, but we all do it.
But see, the difference is that when you walk into the hood and you change your perspective, your life, right? You still can, like you said, you still can navigate. What's good? How y'all doing? You'll be able to speak that language that they talking. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna be like, oh yeah. Yo, okay, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? Hey, I'm going to my auntie house, whatever the case may be. You gonna know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's I think that's the big difference. What he's saying is that you getting judged based on how you look, and that's crazy. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is what we used to. Because like you said, I'm already. We hip. I'm looking at it different. You know what I mean? I see it because like somebody walk in 9 times out of 10, like I could tell if he's strapped, but when I see a bam, like because my eyes already, I move different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so that's a whole nother subject, but we all do it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying because you know what? Look, listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm very transparent. I'm just look. I lived in the hood all my life, right? You know, my parents. I lived in Newark, right? So my mentality changed when I moved out of there, right? Yo, I tell my wife, my son. Now we live in the suburbs right now, right? I say, yo, what you doing? Lock the doors. Now they be leaving the house. Don't be locked. I be like, yo, what you doing? Lock the door. They like, oh no, no problems. I be like, what? Now lock the door, lock the top lock and the bottom lock. That's my mentality. Cause in the hood, you leave your door open if you want to. I promise you, somebody creeping through that door.
People watching.
Hey, you ain't asked me what I liked about that clip though, Rodney.
What you like about the clip, sir? I thought that's what I asked, but I don't know what y'all went on a whole other.
What I like about the clip is I like Coach hat. You know what I mean? He had the commander's hat on in that joint.
Hold
put that joint back up for a second. That's what I like the most about that clip right there.
Hold on, let me.
Coach, you about to get in trouble now, Coach.
I lost. Hey, Chef, I lost the bet.
Hold on, man. I don't know. What
I know. Hey, Coach,
he had the commander's joint on. He done had it on a few times this season.
Hey, Coach, I know who you are. I saw you. Don't worry, I've been watching, brother. I'm on.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
About this hat right here. About that hat right there. Yeah, nice too, man.
That's what I like. That's what I remember most about that episode.
All credibility.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's nice, Coach.
He looked real happy too, don't he?
Yeah. He's smiling on the inside, dog. He's smiling on the inside. That's good stuff right there. All right. All right, here we go. We got another one right here. I'm about to pull up. Let's see.
That's how a lot of black fathers are now. Like we killing that stereotype, man. It's a lot of fathers who are in their kids' lives. Like it ain't that absentee father syndrome in the black community no more, man. You know what I mean? Like my brother, like he raised his daughter, you know what I mean? Even though him and his wife didn't make it, they got a divorce. His daughter came to live with him. And he was, I ain't gonna say he was a single father, but she was with him every day. You know what I'm saying? She didn't live with her mother. She lived with him. I see a lot of fathers like that. And that's just one circumstance. Like that's not the norm anymore, man. Like we here and we actually changing that paradigm.
All right, so that was old Matty Ice on that one. Oh, he done blanked out. All right, there we go, Matty. I was trying to think how you feel about that episode, that segment right there.
Yeah, I remember that episode, man. We just talking about the dynamics as is that stereotype still the same as far as how we are as black fathers, and we can see all of us on here as fathers, and not saying that still don't go on, but I would say, man, most fathers want to be a part of their child's life. You know what I'm saying? It could be difficult because they may be going through a situation, but I don't think that's the majority. Like from what I see in my circle, and I would say my circle is diverse. You know what I'm saying? I got people who come from all types of different circumstances, lifestyles, and all of them, you know what I mean, take care of their kids. You know what I mean? Like most of my good men, they in their kids' life. You know what I'm saying? They not though. And a few of them who we know, we got friends, Rodney, you know what I'm saying? They was trying to be in their kids' life, but you know, the court system is sometimes not on their side. So they fighting two monsters. You know what I mean? They dealing with the baby mother, girlfriend, ex-wife, and then they also dealing with court system drama. You know what I mean? And then sometimes we not versed in the court system. So sometimes, you know what I mean, a lot of people give up on that fight. But from what I've seen, most of my men or people who I know, they pushing through. So you know what I mean? That's why I definitely appreciate that episode, man, because I think we showing something different.
From what I've seen, Coach.
Yeah, I mean that is good that we always are continuously talking about this particular stereotype, because just what I've been seeing even out in just public day-to-day life in our area for sure is the involvement of black fathers in their kids' lives, right? And the only people that can break that stereotype is us. You know what I mean? And showing that, hey, this is who we are as black fathers, and this is how involved we are. And you know what I mean? It's all tied together. You know what I'm saying? What is portrayed to us isn't necessarily the truth. And we just gotta continue to push, you know what I'm saying, what the truth really is. So
all right. Chef Dennis, watching that clip, what'd you think?
Fathers, me personally, I think fathers is the most important. You know what I mean? Moms is the nurturer, but the dad sets the tone, man. I'm you know me, I'm big, and it's not about it's not about saying I'm the head and you the tail. Nah, listen, that's a journey that a mom and father got to do. I said a mother and the father has to do together. And I think that, you know, the dad sets the tone. You know what I'm saying? He is not just the provider, he's a leader. So he sets the standard, he sets the tone. You know, and I know everybody have their own perspective and their own view, but truly know this, that the man does set the tone. If you got a loving father, trust me, a true man of after God's own heart. I mean, look, you can have a wonderful family, you know what I'm saying? And look, just look at Rodney. Rodney's a prime example, man. You know, he endured everything. You know what I'm saying? He's endured the rough times, the good times. You know what I'm saying? Good father, good husband. even in the midst of all his things. And this is the platform that he's becoming the better man, a better husband. And so you a great, a great purpose. You have a purpose in your life, but also you have, what I'm saying, you show these young men how to do it, man, and just being able to communicate. So fathers, listen, all the fathers out there, man, listen, learn how to love yourself first, and then you'll be able to learn how to love the significant other, you know what I'm saying, and your children the correct way.
Definitely feel that. Yeah, I definitely feel there was a great statement piece that that's one of the reasons why we started this podcast, and we still want to put that message always out there that fathers are important, and don't believe this hype that especially Black fathers. I know that Sergeant Garrett said statistically Black fathers are the most involved parent in their household. You know what I'm saying? And that is the narrative is always pushed out there, but the truth is that we are important, and let's just keep it going and make sure we keep letting that changing that message and making sure people are aware that narrative is false. So that's what I'll say about that. Go to the next clip.
To share your emotions requires you to have a certain level of vulnerability. There are certain environments where we as Black men in America cannot show vulnerability. It could cost us our lives. So you really have to look at, where did I learn to have this armor up? Brene Brown talks about having the armor. Where did I learn to wear this armor? And then where did I learn to wear it? And then how can I start stripping it down piece by piece? Because the armor is no longer serving us. Oftentimes we suffer more in our minds than we actually suffer in reality. So the fear that we have of talking about our emotions or our feelings, maybe being viewed as weak or the worst thing a man can feel, not man enough, emasculated. That's one of the worst things that a man can feel. And being able to overcome that, it requires a certain level of vulnerability.
All right, that episode was another one we had Sergeant Garrett talking about vulnerability in men, and just being vulnerable is something that is difficult to do. I recently had this conversation with you, Chef Dennis, on your show, talking about the fact that it is okay to show emotions, that it isn't a sign of weakness, it isn't a sign of but you gotta with that also becomes responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sitting here saying that cried every time something difficult happens, but to be able to understand your emotions, in my opinion, is where we suffer as a culture. You know what I'm saying? We've been told to suppress our emotions, to not be vulnerable, to not show this. And in some instances, you can't. That's one of the things that he talks about. Sometimes if you show your vulnerability, it could actually get you killed in these streets. And that's terrible for us as Black men, in my opinion. But I definitely feel that episode was definitely, we started the season with, I think, with that episode or one of those episodes. But I mean, that joint really set the precedent for how great I feel like this season was for us. So, Coach, what'd you think about that? What you got to say? You got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, vulnerability, like, you know what I'm saying, is definitely something that a lot of men, you know what I'm saying, especially Black men, have issues with. I think, especially our generation, we were raised in such a, I guess, I wouldn't say we were the transition generation, but we were still raised under a lot of ways where there were a lot of family secrets, right? You know what I'm saying? And our posture as families was, stick together, business doesn't get out of the household, don't show emotion, stuff like that. And I think the generation that our kids are raising was kind of that transition to mental health and all of that stuff, right? And of course there were other things that were identified in their generation, like autism rose, other mental health issues rose. For us, it was more of like, it was more black and white when we were little. Like, there was no spectrum when we were little, right? So there was no one taking the time to figure out what issues we may have had as children. You know what I'm saying? Both physically and mentally. You know what I mean? It was, hey, we just going to deal with whatever it is, and we're going to move him on, and he's going to learn somehow, right? And showing emotion and vulnerability really wasn't an option for us as men growing up. You know what I mean? So I think that's what makes it hard for our generation to kind of show that weakness, especially, you know what I'm saying, being a father, a husband, and whatever else, because it's not something that we saw. And I didn't see my dad cry until my mother died. That was the first time I ever saw my father cry. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know what I'm saying, a transition of time. And I think there is some value to both sides, right? There's some value to how we were raised.
Definitely.
And I think that, in all honesty, like right now, just in the environment that we're in, you know what I'm saying, right now, I think that we are built for this environment. And I'm not sure that the next generation is built for this environment, if that makes sense, and what we're going through. So I just think that there's value in having the good balance of vulnerability.
Okay. Chef Dennis.
Well, when I seen vulnerability, you know, that little clip, you got let's talk about vulnerability first. You know, that is, it can very well be seen as weakness, but then also it can be shown as strength and growth. But when you look at you, there's a time to be vulnerable. Like I could be vulnerable with you guys, you know what I'm saying? It's because this is a place of vulnerability. You know, when you at a certain environment, you cannot be vulnerable. You cannot show vulnerability, because guess what? They will not know how to receive that. They will receive it as weakness. But now when you're in a place like this amongst men, amongst fathers, now it's time to show vulnerability, because guess what? I'm in my vulnerability. I'm showing you how to grow, because guess what? I'm opening up to you and let you know that I am just like you, but I have tough times. I struggle with X, Y, and Z. So now let's grow together. Let's show. Let me cry on your shoulder, and it shows you that I'm just as much of a man as you, and I'm crying because you know what? I need you to talk with me. I need you to hug me. I need that. You know what I'm saying? And not look at it from a different perspective. So not when you're vulnerable like that, and another man see that, then what does he do? He feel like, okay, I trust Rodney. I'm crying, then you may be crying. But guess what? It shows unity. It shows strength. So not so much a weakness, but it is a right place and right time to be vulnerable. Because when you go back to the hood, you go to the hood, you crying and weeping and what the dude crying? That's not the time for you to be out there crying, because guess what? Only thing they see is weakness, but it's the time and the place for you to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? You want to be vulnerable in the right atmosphere, because guess what? You want to be able to grow. How can you grow on somebody that's weak? Because there are some people who are just that sensitive that they cry about everything. That's not vulnerability. That is truly weakness. It's a sign of vulnerability because they're weak. And then I heard he talk about the armor. Listen, the armor you got to remember, when you put on an armor, guess what? It still has spots in it where it's vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? It still had, like, if you think about an armor around the neck, it's still vulnerability there. You know what I'm saying? On the armor.
When do you put on armor? I'm following you all the way. I love what you're saying.
When
do you put on armor?
There you go. That's what I said. Look, it's the time for to put on the armor when you in battle. You know what I'm saying? You don't put that armor on unless you're in battle.
You don't put that on when you're around your friends and family.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because
you ain't got the strap on walking around the house.
Now you get and this is a message to men, black men, white men, don't make a difference. Spanish, it doesn't make, because guess what? We at the end of the day, this is what we talking about. We talking about men as fathers. You know what I'm saying? That's key, right? What you said right there, Maddie, is that's when you put on that armor, when you in the battle, when you in the trenches. But outside of that, you don't need to put that on. Now look, y'all my brothers. You know what I'm saying? We kings. And listen, we talking, we bonding, we growing together, we spreading the word so people can grow, so people can say, you know what? I learned this from Maddie. I learned this from Coach, Beast, Rodney. Listen, man, these guys were men of scholar honor, man. And look, I want to be like them. I want to be greater than them. And it's okay to say, I want to be greater. I'm okay with that. And I know I'm pretty sure y'all okay with that. Want to be greater. You know what I'm saying? Not just don't be like me. Be greater. So I can say, man, look at my boy. Look what he doing. And I can still be inspired. I still can. There's room for me to grow. Always growth. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I like it. I like vulnerability because it showed me how to be stronger. You know what I'm saying? Man, please, man, stop. Can't no man, like Ronnie said before, I don't care what no man think about me. Hey, if I'm gonna cry because you know what? I'm sad or something touched me. You know what I'm saying? And once you and I ain't gonna go off on a tangent. But look, then when you get a relationship with God, let me tell you something. That compassionate heart, I don't care what nobody say. You gonna cry, bro, because you feel that pain of somebody else, and now you cry. That's your vulnerability, because now I can see your hurt, and now I'm like, yo, bro, come on. I start hurting with you because guess what? I see your pain. I feel your pain because I genuinely love you. I genuinely care for you. I want you to come out of that dark. I want you to be happy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a part of vulnerability that has to grow on people. You don't just get that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why you said, like, I'm glad you said that about the armor. And when you in battle, ain't no time to be vulnerable. You got to be careful. You got to be strong. You got to be sharp. You got to be on point. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I love it. I love when I saw vulnerability. My eye was like this. Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, we'll go ahead and go to another. Hold on, we got out there real quick. And crying is when you're hurt, but what about a man that just whines and complains about everything?
Hey, I'll be first to tell you that's a weak dude. Get out of here.
You know, but hey, man, some people sensitive, man.
There you go.
You know,
I'm gonna tell you that word, Rodney.
You know, it's always a place to grow, man. You know, it's always a place to grow. So everybody ain't perfect, that's for sure. So just I don't judge. Yeah, well, I do judge of a person whine and complain about everything. I just tell them suck it up. You know what I'm saying on that aspect. But you know, it's you still got to figure out what's really going on there. So you know. Ting ting, I don't even know what that means. All right, unless she's talking about ting ting, but you know, Reese can't see because she can't. So half the time, you don't know. She knows she's telling anyway.
Oh God!
But love you, Reese. But we're gonna go ahead and get to the next one. Let's see. Was that the one we just did? Hold
on. No, that's a different one. That's a different one.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Your problems.
Oh yeah.
As a boy, as a young man, your problems are your sister's problems, your brother's problems, your mother's problems, your dad's problems, if your dad's around, right? You need something, you got to go to somebody and talk to them about getting it. Either because you need to get there, or you need some help paying for it, or you need something, right? It's something that you don't know how to do that you need help to get it done. Once you're a man, or once you think you're a man, you ain't got nobody to ask no help to. You the one that have the answers. You got to go get that done on your own. So the way my grandfather tried to lay it down to me, and he was my true role model, my true mentor, looking back, was like, he said, if you want to be a man, go figure out how to do stuff on your own. But go figure out how to, to the aspect where you could be able to do it for a long time and nobody gonna be mad at you for doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's when it start clicking for me, like, okay, cool, I see what you're saying. So yeah, I mean, once you're a man, you can't really go to nobody. And then, you know, obviously you go through that age of 23 to about 33 where you're still trying to figure it out. And then hopefully by 35 to our age group where we at now, we start to depend on each other a little bit more. Depending on the type of environment you're in, depending on the work environment, life environment, your social friend. hopefully you got a group that you could depend on for those type of conversations.
Now, thank you. All right. So that was Chief Chief Ayler, who had joined us on that episode with also Sergeant Garrett. That might have been last season, but I still think it was a great episode. And at the end of that, the biggest thing is, most people don't care, but then when you get into the age that we at now, you get your friend group, you get the people you've been together with for the last, for a long time. You really get that. Another episode I should have pulled up was the 6 o'clock Friends episode we did. You know what I'm saying? The 6 o'clock friend and the 3 a.m. friend. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely feel that all you guys here today are definitely 3 a.m. friends. Some of them are ranked a little bit higher, but I found out on Chef Dennis' show that I can't really call him at 3 a.m. So he might be my 6, because he told me that if I called him, he gonna ask me what I did. I know if I call Coach ain't asking me what I did. As soon as the phone ring, he putting on his boots. And Matty Ice, I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? I can call you at 3 a.m. Chef Dennis.
That far away, bro.
Chef Dennis is a 6 p.m. friend. You know what I'm saying? He gonna ask what we about to do. Go be like, when I'm sitting there and be like, he ain't gonna say whose car we taking. He gonna be like, let me ask my wife if I'm allowed to go outside, friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I see how you
type of thing right there. That's what he gonna do. But he already proved it to me on his own show. I asked him about that. I said, if I call you,
I saw that episode too.
Oh, you saw that too?
Yeah, he said, but he said, nah, but I can't say nothing, because he said he gonna ask God, and he gonna say he gonna get the answer. And if God tell him to come bail you out, he gonna bail you out. But he say, if God tell him don't, nigga, you stand in jail, bro.
So that's bail you out.
That's the fact. Yeah, he just told me. He said, "Yo, D." He's like, "Yo, Chef, if I go to jail, you will come." I said, "Bro, hold up, pump your brakes, brother. I gotta know. I have to know what you did before I come and bail you out." That's a real friend. I don't know what kind of friend he is.
No real friend. What you talking about?
What you mean?
I'm in jail. I don't need you asking me questions.
Hey,
I look like this ain't no ask question conversation.
Yeah, it is.
Nah, you already know. You should already know whatever I did wasn't good, so it don't matter. What you want me to tell? What answer can you get that will make you come get me? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's so many. It's so much you could be in there and be like,
nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got 3 a.m.
You got the ability to bail him out, like whatever it was. Like, all right, man, that means, you know what I'm saying, dog. I'm just getting you out so that you can get yourself together to fight them charges. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Look what you just said. But you gonna ask? So you mean to tell me, Coach, you're not gonna ask him how he got in there? You just gonna be like, all right,
you gonna ask him after he get out?
Here's what I know. I know that whatever got him in there, it can't be that serious, because I ain't get the call to get him there. To help him with whatever got him. That's what I know.
Hey, Coach, you sound like a real, like his boy is ride or die. That's why you talking like that.
That's what I know.
Hey, Matty Ice, that's why he's saying that, because he done ride and die for you.
Nah, he know if he ain't get the call, then it wasn't that serious. I'm in there for some flight shit.
Yeah, it's some short shit. You know what I mean? Like that.
You gonna be like,
hey, if he ain't get the call, because he should be there with me. We should both be calling
right.
You know what I'm saying? Matty Ice. That's the way he look at it. He look at it like, if we both ain't calling you, then then whatever it was slight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm about to say, you can't. I ain't mad at Chef though. He at least he let you know. Like you can call him on certain things, man. You know what I mean? You got a traffic ticket. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
You guys like, hold on. You up in New York, nigga, your tags dead, some shit like that. You can give him a call, man. But yeah.
I don't know if Chef Dennis is helping me with that one. But
Nah, yes he did, man. I ain't gonna do you like that, Chef. He said he would. He said he would. He just said he gonna ask first. You know what I mean? He gonna ask first. I can't knock him, man. If God tell him no, I'm gonna stay out the situation. You know what I mean?
Heard. It's all good, man. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. We got a few more videos, some more highlights real quick on then we gonna get on. We didn't do the mental health check-ins too, man. Do y'all still want to run that through?
I'm about
to run that through. You about to be out?
Yeah, my time is up. I got.
All right, you can go ahead and roll, man. You can go ahead and roll. I appreciate you, brother.
I'll see you tomorrow.
We're gonna finish the show, man.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, dog. Holla at you tomorrow, man.
Yo,
all right, Chef. Good seeing you, man. Holla at you, bro.
Always.
Great week.
Be blessed. Yep, you too, bro. All right, Coach.
All right, baby. See you later.
Your man said, Althea said she did. I did my dirty work alone. I don't need any witnesses. All right.
You still will need somebody to bail your ass out.
Yeah, no bull. Desmond said, Chef Dennis had to go because of the ball and chain, which is all good. I already said hi to Miss Esther before she knew it was up. But I just had him join us for a minute. Let's see who's on. I'm on the next one, right? Let's get ready to get that.
Kind of mood I'm in. Because I've been cleaning for 30 years, man. And I still follow the same principles that I followed when I came out of treatment. Because like I said, emotions will kill you. So, yeah. So like I said, I am thankful that I live by certain tools.
Hey, man, shout out to 30 years sober, dog. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, brother. Let me give you a quick round of applause for that. My brother has many years of being sober. Anytime anybody say they're sober, I always want to make sure that I recognize it. Don't let them know when they tell how long they've been sober. I know it's every day, man. You gotta take it one time every day.
Every day.
Every day. So here we go. I got another clip. This one about emotional intelligence too. So you just give a little more information, a little clarity. So shout out to Phil Page who joined us in Street Line. I also wanted to highlight, some of the conversations we had about him and being that that's me and Althea's man. You know what I'm saying? It was a great episode having him on here talking about what he does out in the streets and stuff like that. So I just wanted to highlight that real quick. And did y'all have any comments about that episode? How'd y'all feel?
No, I think it was a good episode, kind of showing, the rebound and the struggle, with addiction and so forth, and just being sober, and the help that's actually out there, when you need help, some people don't either want the help, but when you do need the help, there is resources out there to get you through.
Oh, there we go. Phil Page is watching. Say what up, family.
Definitely. And there was a lot of, we talked about it. We went through that and a lot of other topics in that joint, just about the relief. And I think also we talked about different things, about, youth and the mental part that cause our youth and what causes the addiction, from a mental health perspective, from the traumas we go through when we're young. So that was definitely a great episode, man, that, go check out. Like we touched on a lot of things in that joint.
100%. All right, we definitely got a fan favorite coming up next. And here we go. This definitely got some play, got some exposure out there. So, y'all don't know this young lady. That's our very own Althea McFarland, who's definitely in the comments right now. So let's do what it do real quick.
Already laid. I think a woman's job is to be his helpmate and lift him up. I know some women that try to change a man. They try to really make him into what she want putty. Like, I want to mold him this way. Baby, God already molded him. And what you get, you can help uplift what's already in that dirt. You can help uplift what's already in that mold that God has already put there, because it's already in him to be a man. A man gonna be a man because it's already in him. I don't believe a woman can make a man. You can stand behind your man, beside your man, with your man, but you can't make what God has already did. You could nurture it, help it grow, and stand beside it so it don't lead this way, that way. Help elevate him to the way he's supposed to be. You exalted it. It's like they said, oh, do we build God? God is already in existence, and we praise him and we exalt him. That's what we got to do to our men. We got to love them. We got to praise him.
All right, so when I saw that clip, I didn't know who that was. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, did Althea just say all that? That's Althea right there. You know what I'm saying? So that was a very heartfelt plea, as saying that women, women need to make sure they are there for their man. Althea has spent the last 2 weeks trying to bully me about these Eagles and talking about I got beat up and everything. So I ain't,
not
I was
even an
surprised
Eagles
when
fan.
I know she not, but she was trying to pick on me and bully me, like Coach, just switching over whenever they feel like it. You know what I'm saying? So that was, but it caught me by surprise. But her message was very impactful. She actually got the most on TikTok. I saw people put it as their favorites and stuff like that and highlight it. So, it was that women shouldn't be trying to mold a man. You know what I'm saying? That we need to be held up and stood beside. And is also, I definitely love that episode and love that vulnerability that Reese showed on our show. But usually she just beats me up on her show. So how'd y'all feel about it, Matty Ice?
Yeah, I agree, man. That was a good episode. It kind of when it kind of come to, I guess it's a perspective, and I think that episode, if I'm not mistaken, we was kind of going, you like coming from a single woman perspective because most of us are married, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of coming from the lens that you're coming from. So I gotta respect it, coming from her perspective, you know what I'm saying?
Coach?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that show. Was that about dating?
Nah, I don't remember how she went on that tangent. Yeah. It was. I think we was just talking, and I don't even remember what the premise of the show was, to be honest.
Yeah,
but I remember she had that moment. I clipped it. It was great.
Yeah, I mean her perspective. I mean it's her perspective, right? So I definitely respect it. I just can't remember what the context of the conversation was. That's what I was trying to think back.
Yeah.
So, but Reese, you know what I'm saying?
Happened?
She always, going
to
voice her opinion. You know what I mean? Whether it's real time or delayed time, she gonna voice it.
Oh yeah, she usually late. She be in the comments. I be like, show be over. She still texting about stuff we talking about at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, she just put up a giant. I guess my camera just went out. I'm trying to get it fixed. They only put it as their favorite so they can talk about my wig later. Okay. So that's how she feels. Hey, and look like Phil said he got some stuff coming up that he needs is trying to do a youth forum. So Phil, I'm down, man. Whatever you need, consider it a yes, brother. So just give me a call, hit me up, let me know what's going on, and we'll make it happen. So,
hey Reese, you need to get you need to get you your own bonnet joint. Cause you be rocking the bonnet in the joint, so you need to start selling them joints.
Yeah, her own brand of bonnet.
Yeah. Morning Mac Show bonnet. You know what I mean? Different colors.
Like
Put your logo on that joint.
Let me see if I can pull this camera back on real quick. Don't worry about it. I guess I just had to go with the green screen. But all right, so we got a couple more real quick. And then hold on, I don't wait. Where we at? I think I only got a couple more. So This one's actually older. Hold on, but I thought it was a great one to talk about.
Thing that I've seen consistently is this false propping up of young boys as their men. So oftentimes, especially early on when I have like maybe a single mother with a son or whatever, and she be like, you the man of the house, you the man. So they start growing up thinking that I'm the man just because I'm literally a male. Or I took out trash, so I'm the man of the house. And not having that other foundation, like, no, it's so many other things that make you into a man. So you end up having these little boys that grow up into these teenagers, grow up to these poor little teenagers who, as I see in the school, a lot of like the ones who are out here doing a lot of the killing and shooting up, I don't do with them. I don't know how he got this way. But you've been telling that man in the house since he was 6.
All right, so that was Brandon. He was the teacher that came and joined us a while back, and I always thought that was important when he said about a lot of these young boys being told that they're the man of the house at young ages, and they really don't understand that what it is. And I thought that was a great episode. I definitely want to bring Brandon back at some point and get a group of teachers and just talk about what our youth is doing out here and seeing in these streets from a different perspective. Matty Ice, you remember that episode? How'd you feel?
Yeah, I was trying to kind of vaguely do it, but just listening to what he was saying, talking about how we kind of pamper the boys nowadays. Like, you talking about, like, take out the trash. Like you did something. You gotta give them responsibilities. But sometimes I think we was talking about how mothers kind of, single mothers or something like that, kind of baby or pamper. They look at them like their boyfriends instead of like their sons and trying to raise them. I think that's kind of the avenue we was going down with that episode. And I do agree, because I see it like I see it in friends of mine's households, like even with single mothers, or sometimes that even happens when you have fathers who aren't the biological father, but they're trying to be there, but the mother won't allow them to really be that man and rear the child. You know what I'm saying? And so they let them slide. So they, like, it's nothing wrong with giving our kids, things we didn't have, but sometimes, but we don't make them have to work for it. So then there's no consequences. So it's like those chores you're supposed to do, like taking out the trash, is just something that I would think a young male was supposed to do for us. Like that, you're not doing nothing special, so we ain't gonna, we ain't gonna give you, give you a birthday cake, give you a cake just because you took out the trash. And I agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are our responsibilities. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I feel like the youth don't have to work for the things that they get. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we just give it, you know what I mean? Because it feel like, that is needed. And that goes back to the episode that we was having when we was talking to your man, sipping and tripping. Like, because sometimes he feels like, he said he was feeling like he don't want to go in on his kids because he's not spending time with them. So he just, instead of disciplining them, he give them what they want. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's a lot of that, going on sometimes in our culture. That kind of puts us behind the 8 ball instead of making our kids have to work for what they get. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And I'm just trying to remember that episode, but that's what I took from it.
All right, Coach.
Yeah, man. I think I definitely think that, the absentee father is impacting our sons and children both ways. You know what I'm saying? I think that episode, was good in that, we talked about needing fathers, talked about how we raise our children. And it goes back to kind of what I said earlier, as far as like the vulnerability, the emotion in which we were brought up in. and having that delicate balance with our kids, right? That was the episode we talked about, like, you know what I'm saying, the progression of like generation, you know what I'm saying? You start off tough, you create strong, you know what I'm saying? You create better, you know what I'm saying? You ends up creating weak, right? You know what I mean? And I think that's just a vicious cycle that, you know what I'm saying, unless you have a true balance, you are you're going to impact your children negatively. You can still hold them accountable and still show the vulnerability. It even goes back to kind of what you guys just said earlier as far as when to put on the armor, right? I think that is the balance. You know what I mean? And it's definitely something that we got to continue to push through. If you really think about our society, right, and just what we grew up in, you know what I mean, and including us, we've never really had to go through tough times. And what I mean by that is we didn't have to go through slavery. We didn't have to go through civil rights. What was the hardest thing in our generation that we really had to deal with?
Police violence, or just growing up in the streets.
I mean, they had to deal with that. They had to deal with that, and
yeah. No, I got you, but I'm just saying that, like,
I agree with you from a perspective, but sometimes it may have been family influenced, or you know what I mean, decisions that our parents made that put us in those positions, because I know people who grew up in some wild households, bro. Like stuff.
I get that.
Imagine.
But I'm not talking individual.
I got what you. That's why I said sometimes it was self-influence. You know what I mean, by the decisions of their parents and stuff like that. You know what I mean. But as far as oppression, you know what I mean, like growing, like opportunity was there.
Yes. You know what I mean, and we haven't gone through that as a society, you know what I mean, right now with oppression or something like that. And I think that, like, I wouldn't say that we're weak for it, because some people that I've talked to about this say, oh, well, we're soft because of that, right? I just think we operate different, but in a sense, I think that as a society, we are not as mentally tough as we were before.
I'm saying I kind of agree with that in some ways, and the reason why I say it, because sometimes I look at other societies, you know what I mean, like just tapping in and looking at how some of the children in China are raised, and I'd be like, man, if something really crazy happened out on our land, like, are we really prepared to deal with that? Like, like we pampered a little bit, like, you know what I mean?
We
like,
kind of, we struggled through COVID, like just staying in the house.
Yeah. So I agree with that in some ways, man. Like, if we really had
I get it. I get exactly what you're saying too, but I kind of feel like in some ways I still think, you know, we'd be a lot better than I would assume the culture, the group that's coming up after us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we can handle quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, the thing about it though, Rod, think about this, right? Like, even when we at war as a country, or even when there's a pandemic or something like that, like the pandemic was really the first thing that touched home.
Hey, facts. That was the first thing that, like, we've never, and I be saying that all the time. But we've never really had anything on our land. If that makes sense. Like, in our generation, like back in the day, there was civil wars and all that stuff, but we've never had. I'm not sure how we will respond if war hit our soil, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And that was, and like you said, COVID was the closest thing that we saw to something like that. but we've been in everybody else's country. Just about every other country have seen different things like that. You know what I mean? Like even just going back to the German with the Nazis and all of that. But we've never seen that here on our land. The closest thing is probably Pearl Harbor. You know what I mean? When I wasn't alive.
I mean, we saw 9/11, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We saw that.
Well, it wasn't war though. That was one act.
That was an attack. Yeah.
Yeah. It was one act. And the same Pearl Harbor was one act too. That was similar to that.
I mean, I guess the war on the land right now probably be domestic terrorism, like people shooting up schools and things like that. I guess.
Yeah, but that's not
closest
even
thing.
war.
I got what you're saying, but I said the closest. I'm just giving the closest thing.
I know that's not what we get into, but we not gonna see that no more. The next war gonna be fought. It's gonna be fought totally different.
Yeah. It's gonna be for technology. It's gonna be no electricity. It's gonna be
we
grid
see planes falling out the sky.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah,
that's what you're gonna see. That's
our cell phones not working, and
that's the war.
Communications taken away, and your bank. You go to your bank and you can't get no money. Yeah,
exactly.
You know what's crazy?
Or the electricity grid go out, and you don't because we talked about that, nigga. You talked about your electricity off for a couple of days. What was that, like last season or something? Something was going on at your house, Rod. It wasn't no bill type shit. It was something. I forgot what the hell was going on. And you was like, man, that shit, y'all was about to beef in the house. It was like,
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was something.
Last time our electricity went out, we left. We went to South Carolina. Like call us when that joint come back on. So
you know what I'm saying? Like for real.
I know what you're talking about when that I know what you're talking about. What happened? Like I remember the thing caught on fire. The transformer.
Yeah, it was something. Now y'all was like,
man. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, you're right. But I got you. But I forgot what my point was going back to. Reese said, my generation, it was self-destruction. We had to fight through the crack era and crack and gun era. I still think we in the gun era, but anyway, black on black crime against each other. So let's move. We're gonna move on to the last clip real quick. Matty Ice, you gonna want to see this clip. This clip is the best one. I was saving it for last.
Bet.
Hold on. Let me get in. Let me go ahead and record it.
I'm also going to say is realize this. Commanders are in first place right now. Deal with it. It's okay. It's okay. We're 3-1. 3-1 for the first time since 2011.
3-1.
Allow us to have this moment. It has been 13 years since the Commanders / Redskins have started the season 3-1. Matter of fact, this is the first time since 2015, 2016 that they scored over 30 points in consecutive games. Allow us to have this moment.
Yeah.
And the last time that they scored over 40 points in one game was 2016 for Kirk Cousins. Right?
Woo! All right.
Then,
so there we go. You're supposed to do like a woo or something. You gotta have
hey, Nash, I'm cool with living in the moment. I'm cool with Rodney dressing up gear. I'm cool with Matty Ice wearing his stuff today. I'm cool with all of that. Yeah. But you know, the Commanders fans are a little different. They're a little different.
You know what? But you know what?
Hey, that was just a little.
Yeah, that clip aged well. It aged well. That was showing because Coach was waiting for our downfall early in the season.
Couldn't wait.
Couldn't wait.
Eagles fly 55.
Couldn't wait. Hey, don't talk about that. We look better than the damn Chiefs. I'll tell you that shit.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we look better than the Chiefs. I'll tell you that. The Chiefs.
Go ahead now. You will say you was about to say something. You cut them off. Let them go.
What was about to say?
55, dog. Like it's just what
he's about to. He's about to give us some props. He's about to say,
which was the better game, the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship?
Neither. The Rams versus the Eagles
that was a
better game.
But, now the NFC Championship still was a better game. Like if you really watch that game, the game was closer than what the score showed, bro. Like it was a couple times where we was down by 1 score in the third quarter. When Austin Eckler fumbled, bro, like we still had a game right there. But once that happened, it shit unraveled. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, seriously, like we was down by 11 points right there. If he didn't fumble, like we done came back from bigger deficits than that. Like we wasn't getting blown out. Like the Chiefs didn't even score before halftime. Like they had 0 at halftime, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We've been talking about the Chiefs all year long. Let's call it
fourth grade. In the fourth quarter, they only had 6. Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Super Bowl was terrible, right?
That's what I said. That's the worst Super Bowl ever. That was the worst Super Bowl I've ever watched.
I did say that.
Say what?
Oh, they're gonna blow them out.
All right. Well,
I didn't see. I thought the Eagles should have won. I was rooting for the Chiefs, but I didn't see that though. That like I'm not sure what was going on. They ain't they didn't give their offensive line no help, bro. Like they wasn't chipping nobody. Like how you they didn't even the Eagles didn't even blitz, bro. They did that with bringing 4. So when are you gonna change your blocking scheme? Like you ain't bring a tight end in. Like that shit was terrible.
The Chiefs have literally played every game for the last 3 years, bro. They was tired, though.
They was tired.
No, they played every game for the last 3 years, though. Every game. Think about that.
Nigga, they had a bye. They took the last 2 weeks of the season off and had the first round
they
bye.
Played it every game, bro. But I mean, I'm glad. I was rooting for the Eagles, so I'm glad. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna make sure y'all all have Eagles gear on next year.
Nah,
you know
hey, NFC East. Hey, the NFC East is back, bro.
I already know. It's gonna be Super Bowl or bust.
Super Bowl goes through Washington or Philly next year.
100%.
Nah, it goes through Washington or Philly next year.
We get the right some because they talking about what we got almost $100 million to spend.
But that's what I was about to say.
We got
we Philly not gonna be as strong next year. I'm glad they got it this year. They're about to lose some players. They're not gonna be able to keep everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that too. Anyway, we ain't gonna talk about. Let's get right into man. Y'all want to give your mental health check-ins? We ended the show. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need my scores. I mean, my score is good. I say I'm about a 7. I'm on a precipice of some great things right now. So I'm just trying to get there, dog. You know, it ain't an easy road, but I know what God has coming up for me. You know, during this break is kind of right at the right time, so I can really focus 100% on all the things that I want to get done and get to where I need to get to. But I'm almost there, dog. And I told y'all this last week, you know, because I'm already there, the devil is attacking. But the great thing is, man, I know now, like I'm not that young dude no more who didn't understand when the devil was attacking. Now I see it. When he attacked, like something happened today, and my wife looked at me and she was like, "Hey, he coming." I was like, and at first I was pissed off at first, but then when she said that, I was like, you know what, you right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you right, because that ain't nothing but because it don't make no sense at all. I was like, yo, I don't even know where that came from. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, like what in the world just happened? Yeah, I was like, yo, when in the world? And I was like, you know what? I gotta keep focused. Like y'all was talking earlier. Right now, I gotta just put that armor on and just understand that, hey, I gotta be in this battle because I'm getting ready to be in a place of greatness. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm really starting to move to what God has for me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things that I do, man. I played poker with my boys this weekend. You know, it's a friendly game. It's all fun. This is the first time I can honestly say I did not drink anything at all, like nothing. Like last time I went, I had like a little beer or something or whatever the case may be. But this time I was like, you know what? I ain't drinking nothing. And I was okay with it. And I didn't have, so the reason why I usually have some type of anxiety while I'm playing, I had no anxiety. I was good. I was comfortable while I was playing. I gave them as a good old fashioned lesson too. You know what I'm saying? I gave him a nice tutorial on how to play poker and walked out of there with money in my pockets and didn't have a joint, and I didn't drink nothing, not a thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on that place right now where I don't need where then that was my last thing. I was like, well, when I go play poker, I can at least, you know, have a beer. We do a celebratory shot before the joint gets started. I ain't I had Sprite in my cup this time, you know what I'm saying? And just did that. And I felt good, man. And I felt good about myself. I feel good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
I'm
That's
losing weight. I'm dropping pounds like I don't know what right now, dog. You know what I'm saying? Even though part of it, I got sick and didn't eat for 4 days. But you know, but still, I'm still dropping pounds. I don't feel the same way I used to feel. You know what I'm saying? My mind is getting clear, my body's getting better. So, you know, I'm happy, man. And I already know what's coming next. Like, I'm planning for what's coming next. I've done all this hard work in my life that now I get to pick what I want to do. That I get to really assign what I want God to do. And God told me I'm getting ready to start traveling for real. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked, I'm even thinking Coach said something a few weeks back about learning another language. That jump never left me. I was like, yo, I need to start doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on a whole nother kick. I'm planning on going to Kenya next year. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out into the world to go to Kenya on a missions trip with my church and stuff like that. And you know, I'm being more focused at my church. I've had all kinds of issues where I was worried. I was, you know, because I always felt like I still wasn't 100% there. Now I feel like I'm 100% there. And I'm getting more, I want to get more involved in the things that I'm doing at church. I want to get more involved in the things in the community and stuff like that, because, you know, I really feel like I'm on that precipice for that next great thing, man. So that's how I feel right now. I'm about a 7. I'll say I'm about a 7.5, you know. But we getting ready to take this break, and I'm by the time I come back, I want to be on 10 and have all the things that I want, all the things that I know God has for me. I want to be in the midst of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel, Matty Ice.
My week was cool, man. I'm gonna say I'm about at a 7. And I'm at a 7 because I'm focusing through some things. Like I'm dealing with some stuff that I probably could be at a lower level, but I'm not allowing it to bring me down any lower than that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not focusing on some of the, you know what I mean, things that's going on, man. 2025 has started off not the way that I expected it to. But at the same time, I'm still optimistic about things that I got going on. So when I'm sitting at about a 7, man, just dealing with, you know what I mean, different things with, man, the wife, you know what I mean, and when she not feeling the best, that affects me, you know what I mean, different things with the business and, you know what I mean, with the store and different things, just putting some stuff together for the new year. So that's been kind of messing with me, but I'm sitting at about a 7. Like things ain't perfect, but like you said, man, like when you're going through the storm, you gotta know that sometimes it's a test. You just gotta push through. So I'm in that. I'm just pushing through the storm right now. You know what I mean? Like things could be better, but they damn sure could be worse. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's how I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting at about a 7, bro. You know what I mean? Like I'm feeling good. I'm like I enjoy. I'm glad we had the show tonight. That's why I'm sitting here. You know what I mean? Laughing and joking. You know what I mean? With y'all brothers, man. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like this what we do it for.
Right. And I'm gonna hit you. I'll hit you up still through the break, man. So I'm gonna be doing some special stuff. You know what I'm saying, before the show. But I don't want to have nothing planned. It's gonna be like pop-up type things. So
that's a bet. You already know, bro.
Coach.
Yeah, I'm probably. I mean, I'm hovering around. You know what I'm saying? The same level, 7.5. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff going on at work. You know what I mean? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying, definitely wearing on patience, but you slowly you remind yourself of who your faith really is in, and that's God. You know what I mean? And just, you know what I'm saying, not letting that waver. You know what I mean? The family is good. You know what I'm saying? Prayers out there for just all my children. You know what I'm saying? A couple of them are going through a couple things, mental things, but nothing major. But and it's just a matter of, you know what I mean, trying to remain persistent and consistent in all the things I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? Physically, I'm tired right now, physically. So, and you know, when you get physically tired, mentally, it's hard. It gets harder, right, to maintain. So that's kind of just some of the stuff that I've been going through over the last, you know what I'm saying, 3 or 4 weeks. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. You always gotta remind yourself of peaks and valleys, right? I can see the peak. I just gotta climb this hill. You know what I mean? And I'm tired going into the climb. So it's just going to take a little bit more strength over the next couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? To kind of remain consistent and persistent. And you know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying, once I get to the peak, I'm going to look down the hill and there's going to be a valley that I'm going to see in the near future. Right? So, but I'm going to enjoy everything in the moment right now. You know what I mean? So I'm about a 7. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's healthy. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to complain about that. So, you know what I mean? That's really where I am. You know what I mean? And so forth. So, you know, really need, you know what I'm saying, the spring to come. You know what I'm saying? Get outside more. You know what I mean? This, for some odd reason, this winter just been freezing.
Talking about snow tomorrow.
We got snow coming, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just with all that in play, and you know what I'm saying, just the environment that we're living in right now, you know what I mean, is a little tough from my perspective. So it's just something that we just gotta push through and remain strong. You know what I mean? That's it.
All right. All right, fellas. Well, like I said, we getting ready. Today's the season end. We're getting ready to take a short break. I'll probably be doing some pop-up stuff, man. I'll let you know, Coach. I'll let you know. But you know how I am. It's always last minute, so don't expect for it to be too much notice. And I understand if you can't make it. So you know, but you know, it's just some things we're gonna get into. And, you know, I got some projects working on. I'm hoping to get with KJ, Kenneth Clark, in this movie joint. So if I work on that, you know, I'm gonna definitely post about it and advertise that. And you know, I'll continue to be on Chef Dennis's show, Who's Cooking with Chef Dennis, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 6:30. I love his show is faith based, and I love doing that. It really is something that helps me, even, you know, helps me right now stay focused on my journey to working to be who God wants me to be. So, you know, it's a great thing, and so I'm definitely going to support that as much as possible during this break. But you know, try to get my family and everything where we all on 10s by the time we come back, and I can tell y'all all the great things that I got working and going into, man. But I want to thank y'all personally. Appreciate y'all for always showing up every week, joining me in this journey. I can honestly say my brothers have y'all are definitely my crutch, you know, for me to be getting to where I'm going. And I want to let both of y'all know I'm extremely thankful for that. And all my followers, all the viewers, all the people who watch every week, Miss Althea, you know, Desmond, my girl Allison, who all these people who definitely comment, KJ Clark, you know, and people who hit me up when the show's over and discuss the things that are going on, man. You know, I appreciate it. And so it's a great thing that we've started here. I know the love and positivity has been life changing. So I just want to let everybody know that, and it's great to be here. So let's go ahead and end the show. God bless and good night.